learning to swim. If you panic, if you tense up, if you try to control every movement, what happens? You sink, you thrash, you exhaust yourself. But if you relax, if you trust the water, if you allow your body to find its natural buoyancy, suddenly you float. The water holds you, not because you forced it to, but because that's what water does when you stop fighting it. Life is like this. When you stop fighting yourself, stop trying to force yourself into some ideal image, stop controlling every outcome, life holds you. Not despite your relaxation, but because of it. This is what I mean by trust. Not blind faith in some external God, but trust in the intelligence that's already operating through you. The same intelligence that beats your heart can guide your choices. The same wisdom that grows a child can grow a life. But here's the tricky part. This trust requires you to let go of control. And control is what the ego loves most. The ego wants to manage, to predict, to protect. It wants to know what's going to happen. It wants guarantees. But life doesn't work that way. Life is improvisation. It's jazz, not a scripted symphony. It's a river, not a canal. And when you allow yourself to flow with it, not passively, not helplessly, but actively participating in the spontaneous unfolding, something magical happens. Decisions become easier. The right action often becomes obvious. You find yourself responding to situations naturally, without the paralysis of overthinking. This doesn't mean you never plan or never think. It means you hold your plans lightly. You think when thinking is needed, and you trust when thinking runs out. You participate in life rather than trying to dominate it. And here's the paradox. When you stop trying to control everything, you actually become more effective, more creative, more alive. Because you're no longer wasting energy fighting against the current, you're moving with it. Choosing yourself, from this perspective, means choosing to trust life's movement through you. It means honoring the impulses that arise from this deep intelligence, rather than constantly second-guessing yourself based on what you think you should do. It means listening to that quiet inner knowing that speaks not in words, but in feelings, in resonance, in a sense of rightness that precedes rational explanation. This is not about abandoning responsibility. It's about recognizing that you are far more than your conscious mind, and that when you get out of your own way, life already knows how to live itself through you. Beautifully, spontaneously, without all this exhausting effort. So we return to where we began. That strange guilt around choosing yourself. That sense that somehow honoring your own truth is a betrayal of love, of goodness, of what it means to be a decent human being. But can you see now how that guilt is based on a misunderstanding? It's based on the belief that you are separate, that your joy takes away from someone else's joy, that your truth threatens someone else's truth, that your existence is somehow an imposition on the universe. But when you recognize what you really are, when you see that you are not an isolated fragment, but an expression of the whole, the need for justification disappears. You don't need to apologize for breathing. You don't need to justify why your heart beats. These are natural expressions of life. Nobody questions them. In the same way, you don't need to apologize for being yourself. Your joy is life celebrating itself. Your truth is truth expressing itself. Your unique way of being is the universe diversifying, exploring, experiencing itself through this particular form. And here's something beautiful that happens when you stop trying to be selfless. Love becomes effortless. Not because you're trying to love, not because you're forcing yourself to care, but because when you're aligned with yourself, when you're at peace with your own nature, compassion arises naturally. You stop seeing others as threats or obligations. You start recognizing them as other expressions of the same life that's expressing itself as you. Different waves, same ocean. And from that recognition, caring becomes spontaneous.